Welcome to iHeart Budgets. I'm Jake.
I'm Michelle.
And today we're excited to share with you how you can take your next family vacation for half the cost. Check it out. If you've been following us for any length of time, you know we live and travel in an RV full time, and we've been to over 25 states, 20 national parks, and over 100 stops around the country. Yeah, nuts.
Our first big stop was at Yellowstone National Park, and when we got there, we all were just blown away. How can this exist in real life? And I thought, why has this national park never been on my radar as somewhere to intentionally go visit? And it really opened my eyes to all the possibilities of places to go and see that are outside of your very typical, like, I'm gonna go on vacation. Oh, well, let's obviously go to Hawaii. Hawaii is amazing, but there's so much else to see. I have a bug bite.
I've got like 17.
I have to itch it.
There was a study I read just a couple of weeks ago that said you could save, I think it was like up to 50% versus a traditional vacation just by renting an RV. And so today we actually are partnering with RV Share, and they make it really easy to do that, right? So think of them as like the Airbnb of RV rentals. Essentially, you rent from a real person that has a real RV, and it's not plastered with...
It's not the one with the mural on the side.
If it has rent me. It could have a mural of their face, but
No.
Probably not. So according to that study, that said you could save about half on your family vacation, which I believe, having lived in an RV for 18 months, we realize how inexpensive it is to get to where you're going and enjoy that destination, and how camping is way cheaper than a typical vacation. But I did a little comparison, and I'll pop the chart in here. Essentially, 7 days, 4 people going to Hawaii. So that includes airfare, hotels, rental car, incidentals, and food. All the excursions. Exactly. And I ran the numbers, and I'm pretty conservative because I was thinking like a budget-conscious vacation. It was like $6,000. It was like over $6,000 for a Hawaii vacation. I went back and I went on RV Share and I said, let's rent an RV for a week, and let's do the national park for a week, and let's look at all the other things that go with it.
Renting kayaks.
Yeah, kayaks and incidentals, and how meals would go. And it came up to like $2,200.
It's a lot less.
So it wasn't even 50%, it was beyond 50% savings for an RV vacation to rent an RV. So for me, budget guy, I was like, done. That is like the best thing ever.
But my favorite part about being in the RV is it really is just a way to slow down and connect with each other. Our campground that we're at right now, the whole ground is sand. Have you ever like seen kids in sand? Like, you don't need to pay to take them to the children's museum when there's sand to play in.
It's a totally different experience, like especially with the kids. Vacation is no longer about like entertain me. It's about
experience
and just being there,
yes.
Right? So like I say, just put away the headphones, pull out the campfire and s'mores, and just be.
RVing sounds like a freaking blast.
It is pretty magical.
So, but we get asked, how did you choose your RV?
Yeah.
And, you know, our situation's different because we live in it. We might choose a different one, you know, if it was just for a week. But you still need to know which one is going to work best for your family.
There are essentially 2 different types of RVs that I talk about, which is the ones you tow behind you and the ones that you actually drive in, right? So motorhomes are the ones you're driving along, right? And someone's back there making a sandwich illegally.
Kids gotta go potty and they just go back there. This is not advice. This is not legal advice.
There's 2 different types of motorhomes. One is a Class A motorhome. Think of this as like luxury on wheels. This is your first class ticket to a vacation destination, right? They're usually those big, long buses.
Like the movie RV, Robin Williams.
Seen that? Huh? They're like these huge, long buses, and they've got like the nicer interiors, and everything's just more plush and enjoyable, and they've got that big panoramic window up front, so you can kind of take that all in. So that's your vacation style. You're like, I still want that luxury. That would be your Class A RV.
That would also mean kids are likely sleeping on couches or parents are sleeping on couches because there's often only one bedroom in those RVs.
And then the other one is called a Class C. So you've probably seen these where it looks like there's this big old thing on top of the cab. And those actually, as a kid, that was my favorite thing ever. So when I was really young, we rented a Class C RV, and I can distinctly remember this. Again, not legal advice here, but I jumped up into that above the cab area, and it's a bunk bed, and they had windows. So we were driving down the highway. My brother and I would look out that front window, and it was just like you're flying. It was awesome.
That was probably legal back then.
Oh yeah. But it's sort of like having a treehouse built in your own RV. It's amazing. So the Class C motorhome is sort of those more compact, smaller style RVs where they've got that little bunk over the cab, which should be great for the kids. And then you've got like a room in the back somewhere. So that's the Class C, a little bit more small, more compact. Now the other style of RVs are the ones that get towed behind. So the one that we live in is a travel trailer. And so those are connected to a truck, and you tow those along. They can be smaller or bigger. Ours is fairly large.
So many different sizes and layouts of travel trailers.
The most popular one, you've probably heard of an Airstream. Looks like a big tin can. Those classic Airstreams are on there.
Who remembers the commercial? Where's the cream filling?
Exactly.
Airstream.
So that's the travel trailers, and then there's the fifth wheels. Those are the big guys, right? Those are up to 40 feet long. They're the ones that kind of go over the bed of the truck, and then they're just huge monsters. They typically have 5 or 6 slides on them, and that is like big travel luxury from a towed behind RV. So I know what you're thinking, Jake, how do I tow a 15,000 pound luxury RV with my Prius? You don't have to. So the cool thing is RV Share actually has a search filter where you can go in and click delivery included, and they'll actually drop the RV off at your campsite. A bonus type of RV, if you're adventurous, is, I don't know if you've ever heard of hashtag van life. So it's these like Sprinter vans or these old VW vans that are converted into awesome campers. So the cool thing about those is you can go anywhere in them. So a lot of these have been redone, done up, customized to the hilt. So you can find some really cool vans out there.
Really cool.
If you're adventurous, check out those vans.
Okay, so now that you know how to find the best RV for you, we want to just give you 3 quick little suggestions on some of our favorite camping spots. One on the West Coast, one in the Central, and one on the East Coast.
So number 1 is on the West Coast, and it's right on the water. We actually happened upon this one. We drove in at night, we backed up to the spot that was closest to the water, and we woke up in the morning and the bay was right there. So this is right near Redwoods National Park, and it's called Shoreline RV Park.
In Crescent City.
And it was just awesome. It was just this small little RV park, very unassuming, and you just wake up and the ocean was like right there.
But the best part is opening your windows and falling asleep to the sound of crashing waves.
Which that's kind of what we try to do literally everywhere we go.
That's basically our goal in life, always.
So
Number 2.
Our second favorite campground was in Big Bend National Park. And if you haven't ever looked up Big Bend National Park or been there, so it's in the southwest of Texas, probably our favorite national park so far.
My necklace is from right outside of Big Bend.
Look at that. And there's just so much to do there. It is just beautiful,
Stunning.
Untouched desert and mountains and all this stuff. But we stayed at a place called Rio Grande Village, and that campground is actually on the Rio Grande.
Yes, it is. And there is, in the national park, there's a hot spring that you can sit in right next to the Rio Grande. So that's amazing. But our campsite specifically in this specific campground, the park has multiple campgrounds, and they were all amazing. All of them were incredible. This one though, our spot, we literally crossed the little campground road, and there was a small little hike up to this ridge where we could overlook, see the Rio Grande, see Mexico, see our campground, and just sit up there and watch a sunset. And it was magic. It
was amazing. And again, that was another one of those places where I just came out at night and I looked up, and you see the Milky Way.
The stars.
It's incredible. So the Rio Grande Village Campground, one of our favorite spots. Definitely check that out.
Big Bend, period. Go there. Go there.
And our third favorite spot on the East Coast is right here. So we're in a place called Fort DeSoto. It's a county park. This is our second time being here. It is covered in a canopy of, it feels like you're in a Florida jungle.
It's in the jungle.
It's amazing. It's like the Amazon rainforest here. So you're in.
I don't know about that.
So you're covered in a canopy of palms, palmettos, and live oak trees. The ground is just covered in sand, and you just back in.
Right near the beach. It's near St. Petersburg, Florida, which is a really fun city.
Yeah. So you know what kind of RV you want. We've given you some of our best places that we like to go across the country. And now I want to talk to you about a couple of budget-friendly tips that you can enjoy camping so that you can save a few dollars and just enjoy the outdoors. So budget tip number one, cook your own food. This might seem obvious, but the RVs come with full kitchens. We're talking fridge, freezer, full gas-burning cook stove. So you can cook anything you would at home in an RV.
The ovens are a little sketchy.
Yeah, might not want to do that. But the cool thing is there's also a lot of times these have outdoor kitchens as well. So you can just cook outdoors while you're enjoying it.
That's right.
Budget tip number two is activities can cost basically nothing or very, very inexpensive.
Or very little.
So things like hikes or
Cheap.
biking or kayaks, bring your bikes along. And if you need to, you can rent kayaks, but those are still so inexpensive and you can get out there and explore. So for example, we've camped at a lot of places where literally we can walk out our front door, grab the kids and hop on our bikes and go find a beach. Or like the one in Big Bend.
Walk to a hike.
Literally walk right to a hike. Costs $0. So a lot of your activities while you're out exploring and camping and just taking in all this country has to offer is gonna cost you a big fat $0.
Yeah.
Tip number three is don't buy stuff. You don't need it.
You don't need it. When you're at Disney, what do you like hear your kids say like 24/7? I don't know about yours, but mine say, "Mommy, Mama, can I get that? Mama, can I get that?" When you're
literally every ride ends at a gift shop.
Yes, and
You
it's
can't
like,
win.
buy me, buy me. When you are out doing your RV vacation, you're not spending money on things. You know, you're taking pictures and you're making memories. And even if you're one who wants to have, you know, a souvenir from your trip, you're going to spend a lot less at the ranger station than you would at the Disney store. Even if you're a big ranger station like junkie like myself, and I have a hard time controlling the spending at ranger stations, it's still less.
It is. So truly, campfires are your entertainment and those
Yes.
pictures are your souvenirs.
That's
and those
right.
cost nothing.
Nothing.
So those are our three big budget tips that save you a ton of money and increase your enjoyment on your RV vacation. Now that you know an RV can save you an insane amount of money on your next vacation, obviously we're passionate about getting people out there and trying this thing out.
That's right.
And the quickest way to go from that would be nice to we're renting an RV is to check it out on RV Share. So simply just go to iheartbudgets.net/RV Share and go check out the nearest rental. You can find more details in the description below. I'll have a link to the full article that walks you through all of this stuff. Thank you guys for stopping by. And if you haven't yet, now's the time to hit that big red subscribe button and stay up to date on everything we got going on over here at iHeart Budgets. I'm Jake.
I'm Michelle.
And this has been fun. See ya.
Bye. Do it.
Do it.
I was doing this weird eye rub. You gotta like.
Okay.
Sorry, I was like this, and I was like really bored with what you were saying.
Unless you want to sit here for the next 3.5 hours just chatting with us, and we would love that.